Hey, welcome back to Talking About Games. As you see from that teaser, I went to a tournament. It was the 800 point MESBG send off. If you see me looking on the side, it's because I've got my notes right. And it's a lot to memorize. But it was the unofficial, official, like last tournament because we don't know when the new edition's coming out. So if you're watching this, it's before the new edition. If you're watching this in the future, hello. And so we had this really cool tournament hosted by Alex, who you may remember from my last video, where I played against him with his Watch on the Water and the Shadow Lord. I always forget the name of the wraiths. They're just Nate Wraith 1, 2, 3, 4, easier. Anyways, so the list I brought to this tournament was this is gonna be the last tournament, quote unquote, for this edition, and I've yet to play with the Balrog in tournament, and I like the Matic list. So this list, I would dubbed it the Fellowship of the Bad Guys. It was the only people to kill anybody in the Fellowship. So first we got the Balrog, kills Gandalf the Grey, and then we got Lurtz, who kills Boromir. So what my list entails is the Balrog with, I think it was 9 Moria goblins with shield, 8 with spear, and a bat swarm. We have a black shield shaman, or the shadow shaman as it's known, with 4 Moria goblins with shield and 2 prowlers. We got Lurtz, my best boy, with 7 Orc warriors with shield, 6 Orc warriors with spear, 1 banner, 1 Dunling warrior on horse. And that's it. That is my 800 point list. Again, one, keep it thematic, but also kind of playable in the tournament. And that's where the Shatter Shield Shaman, the Shadow Shaman comes in, the Bat Swarm, and also the Dunlin, just for objective controls, some tricks up my sleeves in case any big heroes come into play. And that is my list. So with that, let's hit the road. As you can see, it is foggy. It is ridiculously foggy. All I kept thinking about was Silent Hill 2, which I'm playing through. By the way, game of the year, just absolutely perfect. It's a 3-hour drive from where I am from to get to Houston, which is where the tournament was held at Montag Games. Great place, cool guy there, and it was just incredibly foggy. And when I got there, we helped set up some of the tables for Alex, and all different types of terrain. Thankfully, I had some terrain in my house that I got to use to help out. And with that, we get into our first match once everything's set up. Alright, the first match was against Eric, and he was playing the Grand Army of the South Legendary Legion. Now, this is my first time ever playing against this Legion. Also, the first time going against Oliphant, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. We did hold ground, and Lurtz, thankfully, this is one of the matchups where I'm glad I brought Lurtz. It was a good match. So what ended up happening was Shadow Shaman and Lurtz deployed on the same side of the field, which I was really happy with. His Mumuk deployed on the south side, and then his other force deployed on the north side of the field. And then the Balrog kind of went off on its own corner. And while the Lurtz and Shadow Shaman did work, Tremor was wonderful there. It took a while for the Balrog to actually get into place. And by the time he finally got into combat and won the first round of combat, did Balrog things. I believe he got broken, and then the next round ended on a 2-up. So Balrog didn't get to do much. It ended up being a draw because he had the Momicon there, and he just had more troops than me, but I broke him. So it ended up being a 3-3 draw. Not the best, not the worst, but with his list and with my list, you'll see we ended up finishing probably within 20-30 minutes. Everyone else was still playing for about an hour, so I just got to walk around and look at the train, see how other matches are going, see some familiar faces there, and that was the first round. Round 2 began, and this one was against Teresa, and she was bringing her Fanghorn army. Teresa was an awesome opponent. She was really wonderful, really got into the match, which was a lot of fun. So this match, what did we end up playing? We played Breakthrough. Probably should have said this before, but we were doing a veto system, so I think one of them was Destroy Supplies for round 2, and she vetoed that one, which I was kind of hoping for. So I ended up just playing Breakthrough just because I knew I had the numbers to push up past her ants, especially with the Balrog. And that's essentially what I did. It took about 2 rounds for me to get the Balrog into place, but within those 2 rounds, she kept throwing stones at the Balrog and managed to get 2 wounds, which was not that most ideal. And managed to kill Quick Beam, and then after that, Balrog was pretty much killing an ent every turn, and her army consisted of, it was Treebeard, Quick Beam, Beachbone, 2 ents, and Mary Pippin. And once Quick Beam got just lit on fire, the rest of the army kind of went down. Managed to put all my men on her home objective, which ended up winning me the game. Again, this match did not last long. It was another 20-30 minute match, so it ended, I think it was, I wrote it down, that's the whole point of this, 10-1 victory to me. Again, she was a wonderful opponent. Probably not the best objective for her, just because she didn't have that many troops. I think her army was only 6-7 people. Against, I'm rocking 40 something. So yeah, Teresa was a great opponent. Got that one, and then I again ended 30 minutes. So I just got to think about Morrison Hill 2. Great game. Walked around. Oh, and got to see Greg and Alex play a little bit, who you can also watch on this channel, beat me. And maybe with that, it's time for our sponsor of today. She is known as Sweet Pea Jewelry. Donated me some dinner tonight. And check out her Instagram page, Sweet Pea Jewelry. She does phenomenal work and definitely helped out in the tournament, and you'll see why at the end of the video whenever we're doing all the prizes and stuff like that. Great place. Check her out on Instagram. Definitely not my girlfriend, so she is. If she's watching this, I love you. Anyways, round 3 began, and I got to go against Noah. Noah brought another interesting list, another small army. I was playing 2 matches against really small armies. His was a total of 6. It was Erebor Reclaimed and Halls of Thranduil, Green Alliance. So his whole total army included Thorin, Dwalin, Dane, Iron Hills Captain, Thranduil, and Legolas. Thorin was his leader, and after the vetoes, we ended up playing Clash by Moonlight. Now, I was happy with this just because, cool, it's dark, I have some throwing daggers, Lurtz has a bow, and then Fiery Lash. Fiery Lash should have done +1 to wound. I forgot about that. Noah played pretty reserved. He had Legolas. He had 3 shots wounding pretty decently. So first half of the game was just me marching up towards the center of the board. And that's whenever he finally started progressing towards me. My Shadow Shaman managed to break the Iron Hills Captain's War Spear, which was phenomenal, and break Legolas's daggers. He didn't want to risk the will yet to resist for some reason, and breaking those daggers kind of helped me out later in the game. So once that all happened, he got some kills with Dane onto a couple of my warriors, which made him go all furious and stuff like that. But the Balrog managed to tie up Thranduil, and along with Lurtz and a couple other goblins. Thranduil then Noah decided to call heroic defense instead of heroic strike, just to increase his chances of surviving. And while it's a great play, typically works, the rolls were just in my favor. I think it ended up with just the Balrog and Lurtz, it was 6 sixes. It was bad. Thranduil died that turn, and The rest of it, he kept retreating then to the back corner of the field while Lurtz was hunting down Legolas with a bow and arrow. Managed to kill Legolas's horse, got him off of it with said Lurtz arrow, and then the Balrog managed to hook Legolas into combat. Balrog lost the fight, lost the duel roll. So I was like, oh no, this is it. Legolas then manages to get a wound on the Balrog, or so we think, because Africana had a banner. So rolled the banner, got the 6, and then Legolas died. But for a good moment, we really thought Legolas, unarmed, without daggers, managed to get a wound on the Balrog, which was going to be the highlight of the whole tournament. Turns out we don't think that was even possible to begin with. And so then the rest of the match was just Noah being trapped in the corner with my army just surrounding him. He did manage to get a wound on the Balrog with Legolas' shooting. The match ended 10-2 in my favor. And it was a really fun match. Could things gone differently? Definitely. My rolling was definitely really good. And definitely went my way. And, just playing to my army strength. And with that, I felt like I had a really good chance of placing. I was excited to see how things went, who second, third, first, some other awesome prizes that Alex and the store Montags provided. And I recorded that whole thing, so if you made this far, thanks for watching. Stay to the end, you get to see where I placed. And yeah, have fun. Next tournament's coming up soon, bringing the same exact army. I love playing with this. Balrog is so fun. Shadow Shaman, Lurtz, my boy. And with that, hope you have a good time. Stay to the end, and I'll see you next time on here.
Last place goes to Dean.
Yes!
Dude.
Yes!
One spoon.
I did it!
It says maybe next edition. It'll play better.
Next edition, exactly.
There you go.
So in San Antonio, I run a meet when you can. So I give you an opponent and you figure out a time to meet.
Alright, so I have a couple of things to give away as random prizes. So I have actually 2 random prizes. One of them is the Battle for Balin's Tomb, and the other one is a $15 certificate and some of the new Angmar heroes.
Nice.
Wait, good or evil? Oh, Angmar.
The evil. Actually.
It's all about your perspective.
So, first random prize goes to Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, are we going to see with Fellowship out there next?
Yeah. And so that's like a full-blown board game and everything. And for the other random prize, I actually haven't rolled it yet, so I'm gonna have Google decide that. I know, but it's just easier to roll it. Alright, that goes to Jonathan.
Hey.
Hey! Angmar. Yo, you don't even play Angmar.
Cool, just you wait.
Just painted. That one, in an overwhelming vote, went to James, which was you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
That's a little like water in it. Okay, cool. And then you get the. Alright. Just make sure you don't use it for paintbrush. This is up to 6, and then it's gonna be kind of hard to show this without scrolling all the way up because the thing is kind of finicky. So I think 3rd place is Eric. Hey, nice.
Hey.
And 2nd place I didn't remember goes to Jonathan.
Hey.
Hey!
First place, we have Nathan.
Yeah!
I think that means that the new Angmar stuff is overpowered. And yes,
Yeah, try, yeah, try.
you get
Nerf.
the 3rd place. Thank you. Little necklace. Thankfully, Jonathan, his girlfriend, made these awesome necklaces for us for 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So thank you, Jonathan, and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right, I think that is it. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for running. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, friend.
Thank you, Alex.